When it turns out your brand new house doesn't quite meet your family's needs, it's time to customize your space.
Oh, this makes me nervous.
I've been helping homeowners improve their homes for a lot of years. They think it's intimidating, but it actually can be a lot of fun.
And we're here to help.
Good job, look at there.
Dad's the expert, but I've learned a few things along the way.
Practical, realistic home improvement information is what today's homeowner is all about. Seven years ago, Whit and Andrea Qualls bought this home as newlyweds before they had their 3 children, Adeline, Aniston, and Ridge.
This was the model home for the subdivision. So it was brand new, had not been lived in.
We've really enjoyed the place. All in all, it's been a great home for us.
Yes, when we bought the home, we thought it was perfect. It was the exact colors that we wanted, it was the exact layout that we wanted, but through the years, as we've actually lived in it and added children to the equation, we've discovered there might be a few things that we might need to change to better accommodate our family.
So we're here to help them make this house fit their family.
So you guys are looking at the #1 issue right here. This half wall in this column here. We've been here right at 7 years, and it's just so constricting right here.
Boy, that's really, really close.
Yes.
Will the door open all the way?
It will open.
Oh, and you have to hide behind it.
Yes, so
Wow.
hi.
And it's not a very welcoming feeling
No,
when
it's
you get
not.
right to this point right
It's
here.
not.
So you want to get rid of it all if possible?
If possible.
If
Now, if
possible.
we have to leave the column, you know, we can. I don't know what kind of structure we have going up here. We have 2 young girls, and that is their backstage area where they prep and make up and dress. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, welcome one, welcome all, Miss Adeline Catalina Renee Qualls.
I do believe they're gonna be upset, but Mommy and Daddy are not gonna be upset.
I can totally relate to the girls being upset about losing their backstage because when you and Mom put new tile in your foyer, my sisters and I
that
lost
really-
our stage.
That really scarred you for life,
Really
didn't
did.
it? Well,
Really did. Now I want a backstage curtain.
we'll get you one.
Okay.
We have some drop cloths.
And then my biggest concern is in the kitchen area.
Okay, all right.
So this, as you can see,
Wow.
is not
Oh,
enough
wow.
space to do hardly
Well, that's a
anything.
pretty big refrigerator, though.
It is,
Yeah.
and if I need to get into the freezer,
Wow.
when we purchased the home, they were supposed to put a refrigerator in. And the refrigerator they put in was bigger than the standard that was allotted for that space. I have 3 children, so I need a big refrigerator. I need to store all this stuff in here.
Well, and it just really restricts your work time.
It does.
The groceries, it makes it easier to put them in
True,
there.
true.
You can almost
Shuffle
just
them
shove it
through.
in there.
That one benefit.
Another issue we have is this microwave here. I know it's, you know, efficient where it is for space and everything, but the draft doesn't go anywhere. You see, we're already staying
Oh
our ceiling
no,
here.
yeah, look at that grease.
Oh, it's just recirculating.
Yeah.
See, it's a single-story house, though, right?
Yes. Yep.
There's no reason why there shouldn't be a vent going out of there. So the other thing, if we are able to move this, we've got a couple issues, because that's going to be hard maybe to match that floor.
Well, we had some extra original flooring from the installation.
Really?
Yeah.
And you held on to it?
We did.
Yeah.
Oh, good,
Very
'cause
smart.
I was thinking the same thing here. Okay, what about the touch-up painting? Do you have some of the paint to touch up?
Negative.
And you have something else in mind,
Or
it looks like.
possibly repaint another color.
Oh, you got a good painter right here.
He is the expert.
Really?
Well, I'm the cheerleader, and he's the executioner.
Yeah. It's not that I'm good at painting, it's just she doesn't paint.
So in addition to moving the island, Chelsea suggests painting it. We'll also install a properly vented range hood and find a new home for the microwave. But when we return to start work, our first priority is removing that half wall.
So Danny, how do we go about figuring out if this is a load bearing, if we can take it out?
Good question. I'm going to get some rough measurements, and then I'll let you go up in the attic and decide on it.
Actually, I'm going into the attic to see if that post is load bearing. To do that, I have to crawl through several trusses. A truss is a web of 2x4s that span from one wall to another to support both the roof and the drywall ceiling. As long as one doesn't end up over our post, we'll be okay.
I got some good news there. So first of all of the whole ceiling area is trusses. So we can take all of this out, including the column.
Good. Why would they even put the column in if we don't need it?
Well, you know, that's a good question, because if you wanted to build just a half wall and you didn't have the column, someone would come in and the thing would fall right
Sure.
over. So we can get started. Let's finish covering up, get the gloves on, and then we'll let Andrea grab the sledgehammer. That
All
should
right.
be really fun.
But before we turn Andrea loose, we cut the drywall cleanly at the end of the half wall where our demolition will end. Then we remove all of the trim board so we can pry the drywall off of the studs. Well, it's always easier when you're tearing down any wall, and I've torn down a lot of walls, probably more than I've actually built. Did you know that?
I don't know what that says of you.
Well, no. So how are the girls gonna take this? Are they getting a little alarm that their stage is being disturbed?
Yeah, they're a little disappointed. The kids are in shell shock. Partially, hey, we're excited this is happening. Other parts, where's this going?
And I'll be honest with you, this is a little heartbreaking to me because this is my best hide and seek spot as well.
Is that, oh, and pop up behind it? Oh.
And now this is not a
Man.
very discreet timeout
Wow.
corner either.
This is pretty traumatic here.
If you've got silver or silver plate items in your house, sooner or later you're going to have to deal with tarnished surfaces. The reason silver tarnishes is because of a chemical reaction with sulfur that's in the air. But you can reverse that chemical reaction with a little science experiment right in your kitchen. Start by taking a shallow dish and line it with aluminum foil. Make sure you set the foil down in the very bottom and line the entire surface. That's important because you want the silver to come in contact with the aluminum. And now you just have to pour in some boiling water. And now some salt. Salt will dissolve pretty quickly in that boiling water. Now just slip in the silver piece. And make sure it's completely covered. When the silver comes in contact with the aluminum, it creates an electrical current that'll help eat through that tarnish. Look at this, after just a few minutes, how much cleaner it is. There you go, no polishing at all. Took that tarnish right off.
We're helping Whit and Andrea adapt their home to better fit the way they live. That includes removing a half wall near the front door, which creates a traffic jam at the entry. But Andrea's a little nervous as we remove the final support.
Okay, so you don't have to hit it too hard.
Where
but
am I hitting
do try
at?
to hit it.
Okay.
Try to hit it somewhere right about there.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh gosh.
Okay.
Moving.
Okay, dear. There you go.
Oh, this makes me nervous. We're absolutely certain we're not supposed to fall through. Now I don't have a stick in the middle of the of the open floor plan for my children to run into.
Oh my God.
Look,
What's wrong?
they found their matches.
Pieces from a Dr. Seuss matching game must have slipped under the baseboard and then under the bottom plate of the wall.
We don't play that game too terribly much because we think it's just pick them up and throw them.
Now they have their matching pieces again.
I plug a lamp into the circuit from the half wall while Whit flips breakers so that we can be sure the power is off before we cut the wires and relocate the old outlet.
Oh, that's it?
Found it.
Good.
As soon as it's complete, I begin installing the new drywall.
Okay, I'm pushing to try to get all of the drywall in place so that I can start applying the joint compound because it takes a little time for it to dry. Hopefully, I can get the 3 coats on that I need during the day so that Whit and Andrea can take over on the painting.
Hey, Andrea, I was thinking once we shift the island over, your trash can is going to be even more exposed.
Out in the business.
Yes.
Okay.
And so I've kind of been working on a cabinet to hide it in.
Okay.
And it'll still sit here,
Okay.
but it'll look more like a piece of furniture.
Okay, gotcha. So it won't look like a trash can
That's
sitting in
right.
the middle of my living room.
While they clear out the island, I'm applying the first coat of joint compound to the drywall patches on the wall and ceiling.
Okay, you got it figured out how it's attached to the floor? A lot of times they'll take 2x4s and mount them to the floor and then nail into it.
Right.
But when I looked at it before, that toe kick there may come off, but we don't want to tear the top off.
Okay.
When he said he was ready to just push it and see what happens, I was a little nervous.
And then just there.
Wow.
Dad had mentioned there were several different ways that the island could be attached to the floor. None of them included that it might just be glued down.
I was shocked. And then I'm thinking, why hasn't it already moved? We've clearly hit this thing enough that we just must have jarred it loose.
What?
There's flooring underneath it.
No way.
Serious?
Finding there's flooring already under it, which we thought would be another headache, is we didn't know if we had enough floor.
I don't know how much room we have on this electrical. I doubt we have enough to move it that far.
Well, can we
Yeah,
terminate it?
That sounds so final.
What would you call it then?
Well, dead end sounds pretty bad too, doesn't it? Okay, who in this room thought that this would move?
No
Not
one.
me.
No way.
No confidence.
I've known you long enough not to have confidence.
She didn't say that. I didn't hear my own daughter say it.
That wasn't very nice of me, was it?
Go over there and check that out. Though.
Yep. Twirl.
Take it on a test drive.
My happy moment.
Look at there.
Hallelujah, look at this.
She did a little shimmy dance.
Look at that.
It's awesome, Danny. It really surprised her how much space we're gonna have.
This is what I'm talking about.
Yep.
All right, all done.
Well, not exactly all done. After we mark the new location, we tilt the island back up so I can run additional wire from the existing outlet to the other end and then apply construction adhesive to hold the island in place.
Clearly, Dad wasn't the one who initially glued this island down because there wasn't nearly enough construction adhesive.
Pinterest.
Yeah.
Facebook.
As a mom who Pinterest is, I was searching and it just so happened came up on my feed how to dress up your standard kitchen island.
You know, I really like this idea of putting these in front of the island. Well, here's what we're going to have to do. We have to put some little pieces here because there's a recess under there.
Okay.
So we'll basically be doing something like this.
Okay.
And then I can mount these on.
While I get the furniture legs assembled and installed, the ladies begin masking the island for paint. Then Whit and I turn our attention to removing the microwave.
You're holding the whole thing with one hand?
Well, you know.
When he held it with literally kind of one hand just balancing it, I was thinking,
Wow, man, feel those guns. Where?
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, Dan, I bet you if I asked 100 people if they had blinds in their homes, how many do you think would say yes?
Most.
That's right, because having blinds in your home is a very common decor. And they really haven't changed that much.
Until now.
That's right.
The Home Decorators Collection in Cordless Blinds, a nice new product. No cords, no strings to pull. Just raise it up,
Yeah.
and that adjusts the height.
And then you can pull it right back down. Now the pulley system is inside the rail here behind the valance. The nice thing about being cordless is that it's not a hazard to small kids or even to your pets.
This is also a moisture resistant product, so it can hold up to most anything in the house. Great for the bathroom.
Yeah.
And if you want to put them outside, you certainly can.
Like in your garage?
Exactly.
I do love the fact that it has this embossed wood, so it looks like it's real wood. So again, for a 2-inch faux wood blind, these are the bomb.
In just one day, we've made a ton of progress towards customizing Whit and Andrea's house to better fit their needs. The half wall at the entry is gone, the island has been moved, and overnight, Whit and Andrea repainted over half of their family room. Now we're cutting holes for the duct that will vent the new range hood we're about to install.
Okay, are you done making a mess over there then?
Pretty much. What happened though is I found that there's the truss right here.
That's why it's not centered?
So all I'm doing is putting this in the cabinet to offset it just enough so I don't have to cut the truss.
I think that's a good call,
Yeah,
Dad.
so it works out pretty good. But right now, the tricky part is somebody has to get in the attic. They have to drop a plumb bob to where it's in the center of that. Screw this up through it.
All right, well, we got to go paint real quick,
well,
so.
look.
I'm not
No,
the
let's-
professional.
I think we should flip a coin on this
As to
see.
who goes in the attic?
Yeah, to
Between
see who goes
who?
in. Between me and you. So you have a coin?
I do.
Oh, she's got
I
one. Okay,
do.
so
All right, elders first.
okay, all right.
You ready?
Let her go. Yeah.
Okay.
Andrea had that coin sitting on her hand, and it looked a little bit rounded. And I was like, that looks suspicious.
Heads.
I knew it. I knew it.
What?
I knew it. There were 2 heads on it. Not fair.
She literally snatches it, so clearly she knows her dad way too well.
Y'all set me up. Look, I pick up pennies off the ground. I know when a coin is fake.
I've already plumb bobbed, already put the thing up there. I'm gonna go outside and cut the hole. Y'all go back to painting.
While I'm on the roof cutting the access hole for the range hood ductwork, Andrea and Chelsea are out back getting ready to use some brand new paint tools that we picked up from Woodcraft.
My spray tint is something I just discovered, and I'm in love with it. I don't have to worry about overspray, and that's great peace of mind when you're using a paint sprayer. All right, you ready to give it a try?
I am.
All right, so if you're going left to right, side
Okay.
to side, you want the nozzle to be like this,
Okay.
because your spray will be vertical.
Okay.
Maybe go just a hair slower and get more, yeah, there you go, yeah.
Back inside, Whit and I finished connecting the vent duct before we install the range hood itself. This model from Braun has a 3-speed blower that moves up to 600 cubic feet of air per minute with a super quiet motor.
We've already made a really big improvement in this kitchen by providing some real ventilation, a great range hood going all the way to the outside. But of course, today's family has to have a microwave. You don't want to set it on the countertop anywhere. There's just not enough countertop space in this kitchen for that. So it's very common for us to find another place for the microwave, like this area on the end of the island. I'm laying out the hole to a specific size because the microwave we are installing has a trim kit to make it look built in. Inside the cabinet, I'm adding a few cleats to support a shelf that will be flush with the bottom edge of the hole. Now it's ready for painting.
All right, I hope this fits.
Me and you both. I knew it probably wasn't feasible to move the island outside to spray it, but I also didn't want to do the prep work of covering everything up on the inside to spray it.
While Chelsea and Andrea paint, Whit and I began removing some of the flooring around the old half wall so we can stagger the seams when we put the new flooring in.
We were really struggling getting the old pieces off, and Danny had an idea of bringing a heat gun. But I remember that Andrea's got a hairdryer in our bathroom.
Oh, these homeowners are really getting comfortable now. Thanks, Whit, for the hairdo.
Hey, what about these little divots where the half wall was?
Yeah, that's where they drove those nails down. We have some floor patch, and I mean, it dries within 15 minutes.
This patch from Custom Building Products is called Speed Finish, and it lives up to its name. In almost no time, we're ready to lay the flooring.
The vinyl plank is really simple. The pieces fall right in. In comparison to some of the hardwood floors that I've helped put down in the past, this is the way to go for sure.
By the end of the day, the floor is complete, so Whit gets another turn as the Midnight Painter.
And it looks like they worked and worked.
I know,
and
I'm
worked
so
last
impressed
night.
that they already got the stripes
I know,
painted
even the
and
stripes.
everything.
Poor old Whit, he looked a little tired today.
Yeah, I think so.
You know, I have to say I was a little hesitant on this blue color, but it seems like it's gotten darker and richer, and especially when you contrast it with the stained corbels.
It's going to be one of the first things you see when you walk in the front door, so we wanted a nice deep color that would really pop.
With the painting complete and the new microwave installed, our work is done, except for one small project we did just for the kids.
Hey, you know, y'all were a little upset because we tore down that little half wall and your little stage area was gone. Well, see if you like this and see if you can use that. Come here and give it a try.
Look! Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, welcome one, welcome all. All right, all right, all right.
Yay, best show ever.
Whit and Andrea's home was brand new when they moved in, but it didn't quite meet all of their needs. The half wall at the front door made greeting guests really uncomfortable. The kitchen island was positioned too close to the refrigerator, and the microwave over the stove just wasn't clearing the air. With the half wall removed, the entry to their home is now wide open and welcoming, just like the rest of the house. Some drywall patching and careful floor replacement erased any evidence that it was ever there. Moving the island was easier than expected, but the benefits were greater as well. There's plenty of room to move through the kitchen now, and a few coats of paint and some furniture feet have given the island a new custom look. The new microwave mounted in the side of the island allowed us to add a super efficient range hood to remove cooking odors and add character. And all of the materials for this project, including appliances, totaled less than $1,000.
I can open the refrigerator and still walk by the refrigerator.
Or shimmy through it like she did. Huh?
I don't have to penguin walk anymore.
It's not only really pretty, but it's functional, and that's what we really need.
The kids are already deciding, hey Mom, I can do this. Can I open and shut the door? Can I push the button? So maybe we will introduce them your own cooking and lighten the load for me.
Well, we certainly made a big difference in this room with just a few subtle changes. You know, Whit and Andrea love their family, they love their home, and they definitely love to be actively involved in making it exactly the way they want it. Hey, I hope we've been able to provide you a little inspiration for your home. I'm Danny Lipford. We'll see you next week here on today's Homeowner.
Sometimes I just get to talking and I'm like, what am I saying?
Hi, can we watch it?
Be sure to join us next week as we help a Chicago area family turn up the curb appeal on their home.